am live. Oh, I hear myself. Hi. Second recording going. I'll show you here in a minute. There's that. Ooh, look at there. You can see my surroundings. I did this so I could show you this cool thing here in a minute, but I'll wait till a few people pop in here. Because I got cool new stuff here that I need to show. What is going on, folks? Week so far. Get some folks rolling in here. Tuesday. And we had a couple announcements today. We had we have a vice presidential candidate for the Democrats. Is the wonderful governor of Minnesota. Yeah, Michael saying in the background, boo. Yes, I don't get it. But we will see. All these people that say, it's over or whatever. I mean, we have so many lifetimes to live. We now in November. So many lifetimes. It's an amazing amount of lifetimes that we have to go through because, it feels like every news cycle is a new lifetime. Me, it feels that way anyway. All right, well, check it out. I know that we've been doing editing, and I'm still going to keep doing editing on my shows, but oh, no, you can't. I'm not sharing. Let's put the big one up here. Okay, there's the big one. All right, so we've got my regular. That looks. I want higher resolution. Let's go 1080. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, so as you can see, there's my regular monitor. That's where everything's getting monitored on the monitor. If we get really close, we can do like the okay. Enough of that. But now we have new monitor, which I will show you here on the editing software. Look at that. Now, it doesn't look as impressive as it should on my phone, but this right here is a 27-inch 1440p monitor. And this is a 32-inch Samsung 1440p monitor. You see there's Jody, Miss Matters. This was what we were editing last week, and you can see I can see the whole thing laid out here. I mean, this is just amazing. This is way cool. I'm so excited to start using this. I might even do a little bit tonight just so we can play with this new monitor because, I love monitors. Just ask my wife. She knows that I have a ridiculous amount of monitors. But you can see how much, it's almost there at the top, and then it's that much deeper at the bottom. There's my water bottle. With the water bottle, you can see it better. See how much deeper it is there at the bottom? Like a couple inches. And it's a bunch wider. Yes, I'm stoked. So, yeah. I think on maybe Friday we'll do a little. We haven't done a Rethink Home tour in a while. So I'm thinking maybe on Friday's show. We will go through Rethink Home because there's some cool stuff. Actually, let's do it right now. Why not? We'll do a little sneak preview here because I have I'm wondering if you guys are hearing me double. Probably are hearing me double. Let me get that. Great. Yeah, I bet you're hearing me double. All right. Let's walk through Rethink Home. Cool table. There's a Michael. This is another cool table. I think we're going to do our video tomorrow night. We're doing the Real Pepsi Challenge. Aren't we, Michael?
Yes.
We're going to decide once and for all which is better tasting, the Pepsi Real Sugar or actually
Just plain water and
vodka. You want to do vodka and water for
which one tastes better?
Yeah. That wouldn't be very nice, no, would it? Yeah. So walk back here. There's some cool tables back here too. That is a cool desk, chest of drawers. And then this table is way cool. It's got it's a scan home table. And then it's got the leaves that pull out here like that. Isn't that cool? I think so. So a little sneak peek on Friday. We'll go through. All right, and this is a little cool area that one of our friends curates. We've got some cool old video games. Look at that. We got all kinds of stuff, right? We got all kinds of cool stuff.
Oh, yeah, lots of stuff.
Christmas in August. We have some very old Christmas ornaments on the old Christmas tree. We have Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift says, shop at Rethink Home or don't go shopping at all. So you got to listen to Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift knows her stuff. All right. Okay, Michael, I'll see you later. So yeah, there's a little sneak peek Friday. I think maybe we'll do a full tour of the old Rethink. All right. Oh, I muted myself, damn it. Saying, look at my crazy hair. It's getting all long. Know what I'm going to do with it. Not as much. And it's a different color. And it used to be really curly. Still really curly, but not. It's a different kind of curly now. That is a different color. So I don't know. I'm picking up other mics. There we go. All right. Yeah. So thought I would share that cool new monitor with you. I'm digging it. It's freaking awesome. I'm looking at this wall of awesomeness here. All right, so the hell's been going on? Something that popped up online. This is, I tell you what, we need to just like, I don't know, we need all the different generations to kind of talk to each other, I think. Man, there is some disconnects going on.
There is just some disconnecting things happening. Let's this big large screen here. Go. So we got this guy. Now I don't know. This could totally be a riff. Totally, and this is FaZe Lacey. This is a he's a young man, young streamer. Yes, and look a little more while we're here. But has some interesting ideas. Now, Thon Piker is one of the largest streamers out there, right? He is one of the largest streamers in the whole streaming world. And he put out this thing about how hard streaming was and how difficult it was. So I don't know. Some say this kid might be just riffing on that, but others are saying no, he was actually inspired by that. But this is his idea. Let's see what he has to say.
Japan and is complaining.
If it did. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Sorry. So, yes, Mr. FaZe Lacey here went to Japan to do some streaming, which is what he does. Streaming online. Now, there are aspects of streaming that I mean, I do this as a hobby right now. I ain't get paid for none of this. But content, it is something, especially original content, which is what I'm trying to do. Which right now I'm just reacting to this content, but I mean, for the most part, we try and do original content on screen. And whether it's talking about news or the videos that we keep putting out, right? We're trying to do original stuff, but coming up with that content, that takes time. That does take a lot of stuff. So yeah, I get that. But hard to fly 17 hours. And bro, it's so hard. It's so hard to stream. Walk around Japan and shop for clothes. I mean, what? Now, like I said, if you're coming up with original content and you're filming, yeah, that's one thing. But if you're just running around Japan, Looking at some. I am not watching. So, I mean, this kid really think that that hours a day, really? He had to like, I think that's 5 days, 6 hours. Yeah, okay. Okay, so what is he said this. I don't know what that means. I'm a Gen Xer. I had my own damn slang. What does mog mean? Really? So I got different meanings here. Got man of what? Okay, so I don't know which one he is talking about. Mog means to be significantly more attracted than someone or something else. Apparently, you can also mog others by being taller, having a strong jawline, or dressing well. Well, that's not this dude, this kid. No. And we've got a man of God. Originally, the term was amog, alpha male of the group. So now he thinks that so he's an incel. I don't. Man of God. Mogging, it means to dominate another person, commonly by appearing more physically fit or attractive. Okay, that kid is not this. So right. So yeah, so now he's angry because people. I don't know. I don't get it. What is going on, man? All right. So who is this? Where? And is this? So, and from what I'm hearing, this phase thing. Okay, so this is same dude, I guess. He's at a. Yeah. Okay. And I guess this is him too. I don't know. I did this because I don't want anything crazy to pop up on my stream because there could be something crazy up here and here. I don't want to. That one looks a little weird. What the hell's going on there? I don't think that's him. I'm not going to show that one. But I mean, this kid seems a little. I don't know, a little off, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he's just so there. I guess there's this Phase. So Phase Lacey is part of the Phase clan, and I guess that's a bunch of young streamer folks. This is part of it. So streaming is hard. Ooh. All right, sorry. Get fair. I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna be, might want to hit the gym a little bit. I don't know. He's looking. I mean, I guess this was last year compared, and this is this year. So, you know, young man. But yeah, probably some gym time would help him out, especially if he thinks he's going to be impressive in his hard job of streaming all the time. So yeah, that would be and of course, I mean, if it's going to go viral like that, I'd put something out there too about how hard it is to do with streaming. It's so hard. Hell, if it's going to get us 1,000 subs, I'll put that stuff out there all day. Be like, you know how hard it is. Oh yes, hello. Oh, let's talk about this kid. All right, we will start it because I haven't gone very far. You can go back to the beginning though. We did do a little walkthrough of the shop just for a moment. We can watch that afterwards. So I think we're gonna do more of that on Friday because we haven't done a walkthrough of Rethink Home for a while. Yeah, this crazy kid decided to say that streaming is the toughest thing. So he goes to Japan. I guess he's part of some streaming clan or something, and yeah, streaming is harder than a 9-to-5 job. But there are some aspects, like I said. He had to fly to Japan. He didn't have no choice. He had to fly to Japan. No, exactly. I mean, he's young. He is. He's a young guy, but he's getting the attention, right? But what kind of this is great here. You just go in for 6 hours, sit around, don't do anything, collect your paycheck, and then go home. Tell the people in warehouses or driving forklifts or filling Amazon orders or what? Oh no, there's no audio. Gosh darn it. Yeah. Hang on. I will share this again. Hang on. Audio. Okay. Let me start over. Darn it. Just check one thing. Check 1, 2. Tell me if you're hearing
Bro
now.
got to fly to Japan and is complaining about his job. Bro, here's
That
the thing
should
that
work,
you
I
don't
hope.
understand. You guys act like, oh, my job is so easy. Streaming is so easy. Oh, you get to do all this cool stuff. Here's the thing.
Can you hear it now?
I genuinely think that streaming is harder than an actual job. And I'm going to tell you why right now. Go ahead and laugh at me. Go ahead and laugh. I'm going to tell you right now why streaming is harder than a normal job. Tell me
Yeah, he does.
it's not harder to have
Watch
to
this.
fly 17 hours all the way out to Japan,
He had to fly 17 hours to Japan. Had no choice.
have jet lag, be tired.
Oh, he's so
Then when
tired.
you get here,
When I was like, this kid, I don't even know if he's old enough to drink. I mean, holy crap. If I had this at that age, you think I'm going to be talking about how hard my life was? Oh my God.
you have to walk around in the hot sun, 100 degrees out, sun beating down on you, you're
Beating
sweating,
down on
you're
you.
tired, you're hungry, and then you have to stream yourself like shopping for clothes and going shopping for like 6-8 hours a day, bro. Like that's genuinely hard compared
it's
to
so
working a
super
normal
hard.
job where you just go in for like 6 hours every day, because normal jobs work 30-hour weeks, 6 hours a day, 5 days a week, 30 hours, and then you have the weekends off. Like, you guys have to understand, it's way harder to stream, and then I have to go around and mog everybody, bro. And I just walk around in public, talking to people, mogging, just like trying to interact with people. Like, it's hard to have those social skills compared to having a normal 9-to-5 job.
And then he's done. I mean, what in the world? I saw this and I had to laugh. I had to laugh about how hard streaming is. Now, I mean, as I said earlier, there are aspects to it which can be tough because, you are, in my case, I'm trying to do content, original stuff, not just, reacting or news. I mean, that's what we do on our live streams, but I mean, yeah, nobody's just doing 30 hours a week, and people that are, warehouse people or any kind of jobs. I mean, that's ridiculous. So, yeah, I thought that was funny. So, yeah, I saw this today and I'm like, man, that's too funny. I got to show that. Poor guy. So hard up that he's got to stream. He's got to have those social skills that when yeah. Oh man. So there was a guy that, and then this guy here's a reaction to it. This is kind of funny. Let's watch this for a second here. Volume up.
Streaming harder than a real job? Bro, what? Dude, no.
Now there's another streamer, a guy named Hassan Piker, who is like one of the top streamers in the world, right? Like he has made multiple millions of dollars just streaming video games, playing video games and streaming. And I get it, it's a drag. You don't want to do it some days, but you don't want to go to work some days. But this $1 million has Ferraris, and he was already he had a trust fund. So I'm hoping this kid is just like picking that up and picking on it. But
on YouTube. Before I was a streamer, I saw a YouTuber say like, man, y'all just don't understand. You wouldn't understand until you get in this position. This is more difficult than just normal 9 to 5. Well, guess what, chat? I am in the position and I can sit here and tell you it's not even close to as hard as a real job.
Right.
Oh, you and me sit here and lie?
No.
Like, I ain't about to sit here and tell y'all like, oh man, I'll be working hard. Bro, I don't. Dude, I sit here and stream every day. Do you know what I get to do for a living, bro? I get to hang out with my people for 4 hours a day, bro. I wake up at like 2 p.m. every day, get up, don't do nothing all day, and I sit here and stream, bro. This is why people think you have a right to take a day off. Well, yeah, I'm going to take a day off every now and then, because if I don't take like a day off every now and then, I can't ever kick it with my friends or when they're off work. That's why when I take a day off, it's on the weekend, because that's usually when my friend can come over.
So yeah, streaming is not the hardest thing in the world, I promise you. Now, when you do have a full-time job and you try and get streams in there and you try and film a show, that gets a little crazy, but I'm still not I'm not complaining, because I do it to myself, right? I know that what I'm doing to myself. I have no reservations that about what I am doing. So, all right, what else do we got going on in the world? Oh, I saw this today. This is freaking hilarious. So, some dumbass. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Try dealing with a toddler all day, right? Yeah. He is one guy is a toddler. All right. So this came up on I got this from the Young Jerks YouTube channel, or X feed. And we have, oh yeah, and the weather guys, holy crap, like Ryan makes bank. Holy crap, he's not even a meteorologist. He just rakes it in hand over fist. So yeah, no, there is a lot of money in streaming. Don't get me wrong. That's what I'm trying to break into here. So, and we're slowly getting there, but there's a lot of money now. It's waning, and we'll talk more about that here in a minute. But yeah, the weather guys, holy crap, because but people just want something different. They want, this goes back to the whole media thing. People just want different stuff. They respect honesty and people being humble, and that Ryan Hall is like leading them all. And Hall leads them all. I didn't even mean for that to rhyme. Okay. All right. So for Young Jerks posted this up today. Somebody went to the, oh, really? Yeah, I've seen Max Velocity's thing too. I haven't really watched much of it, but that's interesting. He's on his way. Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot in the space. So somebody went and actually posted a bar complaint against Alan Jackson, who represented Karen Reed. Somebody wrote to the State Bar of California, file a complaint against one of Karen Reed's attorneys. So they've tossed it out completely, right? They've said, and I really want to read the bar complaint. I do. I really want to read this bar complaint. So the response is, and I think this was open records, so they probably got this. The state's bar's office of chief trial counsel has reviewed your complaint against Alan Jackson to determine whether there are sufficient grounds to prosecute a possible violation of State Bar Act or rules of professional conduct. Oh, yeah, no, you got to stay on it. You definitely have to stay on it. You can't get, that's what I'm finding out now. I had a good run with some of the Karen Reed videos, and now it's like back to 7 views. But anyway, we're building. We got our folks here. So in your complaint, you stated you are a member of the public who viewed the public Karen Reed trial for killing her Boston police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe. That's kind of a weird sentence, but okay. You complain that Mr. Jackson is a liar and that he is slandering and defaming multiple innocent parties. You believe he has embarked with the defendant and others on a social media campaign to falsely accuse multiple people. This is to pay all the attorneys involved. In subsequent information you sent in, you also allege Mr. Jackson is involved in a romantic relationship with the defendant. Finally, you believe the latest affidavit is full of lies. So they have updated their complaint with multiple things. So they filed a complaint during the trial. They updated it after the trial. They said that he's working with social media folks to defame others. And then because there was one picture of whether it was a real or not real, shows like him and Karen, goofing around or whatever. Like you take a portion of a video completely out of context, and you file a freaking bar complaint to try to get somebody to lose their license? Really? Oh, yeah. Somebody sent in a bar complaint to the state of California. And then looks like they updated it multiple times. And it looks like it's somebody named Deborah Cora. Actually, we got her. We have her name. Based on our evaluation of the information provided, we are closing your complaint. Thank the Lord. California does something right. In order to investigate allegations of attorney misconduct, the state bar needs specific facts, which, if proved, would establish a violation of the attorney's ethical duties. Conclusions based on speculation and not supported by facts are insufficient to warrant investigation. We have determined your complaint does not present sufficient facts to support an investigation. Yeah. No, because he's licensed in California. He was able to practice under Yannetti there in Massachusetts. In addition, the court having jurisdiction over the case in Boston and not the discipline system and is appropriate venue to determine whether there are issues with the affidavit or any other conduct in the case to issue any remedies. Likewise, the court is the appropriate forum to adjudicate any issues relating to the litigation process. For those reasons, the state bar is closing this matter. If you have new facts or circumstances, you may change your determination to close your complaint. You may send a written statement with the new information to the intake unit for review. I mean, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. Someone would... Yeah, nope, exactly. It's against Allen. That someone would go to the State Bar of California and file a complaint for an ethics violation. Oops. File an ethics violation, like an ethical complaint against him. And we see the first reaction here is Betero. Betero says, that is ludicrous. And I agree. The idea that these people filed ethical complaints against him is ludicrous. It is absolutely ludicrous. I agree with that. And is this? Oh, and it gets more interesting. Deborah Cora. Hello to anyone paying attention to the Karen Reed trial. She is accused of killing her Boston officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe, while drunk and hit and run. Her defense claims she's being framed. If you do not believe she is being framed, this is an invitation to join this group. This is not a Karen Reed support group, and posting on her behalf is not permitted. So this is from a Deborah Cora who looks like she might run an Karen Reed anti-conspiracy group on Facebook. the general public is not. I mean, even ones against. I mean, the stuff. There was some stuff that Bev pulled that was lousy. That I felt was not legal. Hey, cat. There was stuff that that they definitely, if there would have been a conviction, I believe there would have been stuff that Karen Reed's attorneys would have had a good standing on appeal, right? They would have had a good appeal standing. But that's the general public is not the. That's not the venue. We're not the ones to put in complaints against attorneys on a public trial that we're watching. So we've got more Deborah Cora. And she's trying to fundraise. What aspect of Karen Reeves are you most interested in? So now she wants to fundraise on it. And so, yeah. So now I don't. Man, that's crazy. That's just crazy. This case has just made people crazy. I don't. We'll see Friday. Now, there's been more people that have come forward. There was, even the prosecutors are saying, hey, we've got more people coming forward to say that more jurors coming forward, basically, to say that that we did find her innocent of the 1 and 3. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe maybe we can cross our fingers that they'll actually do the right thing. And if they're going to retry her, just I mean, but if you can only retry her on the one case, then that's going to be tough to do. It really is. That's going to be hard to do. Just retry her on a involuntary manslaughter with the lesser offenses of the thing. I mean, that's tough to do. So hopefully they'll do the right thing and just say we're going to dismiss it. But we'll find out Friday. Friday is going to be a big day. 2 p.m. Eastern time. And which is 10 a.m. Alaska time. We'll find out what the next step is. So I don't know. We'll see. It's do we have to go through that whole thing again? Because legally, I think Bev is going to dismiss the motion. I don't think she's going to allow the motion to go forward. I think she's going to allow the Commonwealth to go forward with an entire new case, an entire new prosecution. And I think that she will, and I mean, from what we know about the prosecutors and the Commonwealth, that I think they'll probably retry the whole thing, to be honest. I do. I think they would. I would hope they wouldn't. I would hope they'd realize that, but then I think you have a bigger case for moving the trial to a different jurisdiction, because now, I mean, you cannot tell me that you're going to be able to find a jury from that small county, you know, and I don't know how big Norfolk County is actually. How big is Norfolk County? Oak County, Massachusetts population. Big is that population? Because those 706,000. So I mean, we're not even talking a million people, right? You've got just a million people in Boston, so it's I think you got a strong case for moving that thing out of Norfolk County, moving it to some, Boston. Boston's population is what? Boston. Well, we can find it. $646. I guess Norfolk is bigger than Boston. Okay. Suffolk County, Massachusetts. I could have swore Boston would be a million people, right? Suffolk County is 797. So Norfolk County. So I guess that's the Boston area. So yeah, I mean, that would be over a million people. So I thought Boston itself would be a million people, but guess not. Well, I mean, that's good because most of the people in Massachusetts are not very bright. So if there's less of them, that's a good thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we'll find out Friday what we'll have arguments for the motion to compel the Commonwealth to dismiss charges 1 and 3 and only recharge her on 2. I guess we could take bets on whether good old Bev, do you think she'll rule that day, or do you think she will wait and rule? I think she's going to wait. I think she's already figured out a ruling. I think the arguments aren't even going to sway anybody. I think they're going to I think she's already made up her mind, and I think she's made up her mind, so I think she's going to dismiss it and let the state or the Commonwealth of Massachusetts do whatever the hell they want, which is what she's done from the very beginning anyway. All right. So I had a funny moment last night. I was racing. I race on Monday night, and so I'm getting ready for my race, and I race so my mom can watch. I know that's pretty funny in itself, right? Old man racing online on a video game so his mom can watch. And so, my mom's getting up there in age, not gonna lie, right? She's not the most agile as she was in her past, but she still gets around. So we were chatting on line. So she's in my Twitch chat, and I'm talking with her, and show you a little bit of that. Let me pull that up from last night. Give you a little taste of that. Go. Show this on the stream. All right, so here's me last night. Is this in the race or no? That's not in. I don't think that's in the race. Yeah, there we go.
They're pretty far back there.
Oh, yep, that's me. Truding along. There's one of my little doggies. I got the whole setup.
There's a point you can feel
in from the thing.
Right,
so that's not what they. So early in the time, my mom was saying, "Hey, she was getting a scooter so she could get out and get around more than she had been." And for some reason in my mind, I pictured my 70-something-year-old mom tooling around on a like a Vespa. When she said she was, and I thought, I know she's got a Jeep, but okay. And I'm my mind, I'm just confused, right? I'm just totally confused. I'm like, all right, she's had a hip replacement. She lives in a pretty remote area. She lives up on a hill that is very twisty. I'm like, I'm scared. I didn't say it. I didn't say I was scared, but I'm thinking in my brain of my mom tooling around on a Vespa. And I'm like, "You wear a helmet." And then she reminded me that this not that kind of scooter. Ah. And it all made sense. It all made sense then. Because I just could not see how how she was going to be out in traffic on a two-wheeled scooter. I guess it's the when you get up there in age like me, your brain starts to go and it doesn't work as well as it should. So but I couldn't get over the picture. I pictured her out. I mean, and I thought it was cool. I'm not going to say I wasn't concerned. That's why I said you better get a helmet. So that was cool because I do think she needs to get out more. I will definitely say that. I don't see her as much as I wish I could because we live thousands of miles apart, but we always catch up every week. And then, like I said, she's always there watching me online. She's here with us tonight. So yeah, but I thought that was I thought about that today too. I'm like, why didn't you get it through your head what kind of scooter she was talking about? She's not getting a Vespa to go tooling around I mean, yeah, and it's a place where she lives, the people can't drive for heck. So they're not gonna that's not a fun place to have a scooter to begin with. But I mean, but getting around the little neighborhood there, I could, no, anyway. So, yeah, I thought that was funny. And then she says she's going to get a helmet anyway. Oh yeah, no, exactly. It's tough. It is very tough to get out. It is very tough for people. I mean, because we there's so much space, right? We're so spaced out apart and there's so it's hard. People get stuck and people can't get out and so yeah, no, I totally agree. There is like you go to Europe or you go to other places and the ADA and everything kind of helps, but yeah, no, so she's gonna get a helmet for her small scooter, she says for me. And so but that scooter story also brought together another story of I don't know why I'm showing this here. Hang on. Hide that. Um Another story of we went to a concert back in October, and I had a friend named Dwight who about 12 years ago, Dwight decided to have, well, had decided his body decided that he needed to have a stroke. But not just one, he had like 12 of them all at the row, just like back to back to back to back to back. And it messed him up. But Dwight was a strong dude. And so his joke to me was always it would have killed a normal person, but I'm Dwight, so it didn't kill me. So me and like there were 6 of us. We had a motor home that we rented down in California, and we went to see the thing called Power Trip, which was like Guns N' Roses, and it was supposed to be Ozzy, but Ozzy was too sick. So it was Guns N' Roses, and it was Judas Priest, and it was Metallica and Tool, and AC/DC was there. I mean, it was like 3 nights at that Coachella, the Coachella place. And I mean, it was so much fun. Now, we were way in the back, and the people on stage were like, I swear to you, they were like this big. Like, I have never been in a venue where the people on stage from where I was standing was this big. They had these giant screens so you could see what was going on stage. But you could not really see the stage from where we were. But we had a good time anyway. So Dwight is there. His wife is awesome. One of our dear friends. Both of them have been dear friends for a long time since we've been to this state. So they rented a scooter for Dwight, and so we're at this concert, and our buddy came in a day late, and so we had to go pick him up from the parking lot. And so I get the map out, and I'm leading this entourage of me and Dwight on his scooter, and then 2 of our other friends. We're walking, and I look at the map, and I'm like, crap. I turned it back over, and I'm like, we're supposed to be over there. And so we turn around, and we start walking the other way. So we're going, and then we get to this grassy area. It's going up a hill, right? So we're going up a hill, and I start going up the hill. I'm walking right next to Dwight. He's in his scooter, and I'm like, dude, there's a hole. Turn left. Go left. Well, of course, I guess he didn't know the directions at that point in time, because he turned right, and he turned right into that hole. Oh my gosh. Fell into that hole. Tips the scooter over, just goes tumbling over on his butt. And I mean, he's paralyzed on one side of his body, right? So, and he's a big dude. He's not a small guy. He was 230 easily, right? So now I'm standing there. I'm like, what are we going to do here? Dwight is over on his ass. I have never seen people react so quickly. Next thing I know, pulling up next to us is a golf cart of 4 people, all like sheriff's deputy or troopers, state troopers from California. I'm not sure, but they were cops of some kind. Then we had 2 guys come down the hill that were National Guard members. And then all of a sudden, everybody is like right around us. And it's like, what is going on? And then you got people, do you need medical attention? Do you need medical attention? And finally, I just, after a couple seconds, I'm like, okay. I'm like, let's get the scooter tipped up. So we get the scooter tipped up, right? I'm like, okay, bring it over here next to Dwight. And so then it's like, okay, let's grab Dwight and put him back on the scooter. And I mean, it seemed like it took a long time, but it was probably less than a minute. And we're like, okay, thanks everybody. Bye. And we go running up the hill, and he goes scooting up the hill. And I'm like, you see all those cops, Dwight? And he just laughed. I mean, he couldn't talk anymore, but he could definitely, for somebody that couldn't talk, that had that many strokes, he still was, I mean, he was still like completely still Dwight, right? Dwight was one of the most sarcastic, funny people that I know. He was so smart. He was so quick, like just whip, snap quick, right? Like with a comeback. And even though he couldn't verbalize anymore, he was still whip smart quick. It was amazing. And so when one of the things that really, like, a lesson that I learned of when, when you see folks in like wheelchairs or people that aren't, verbal or, whatever, that you really have to, I always treated Dwight like I always treated Dwight. That was my goal. I never wanted to treat him differently than I'd ever treated him. And so that is an interesting lesson. So, I mean, and we lost him in January. So, he had finally had enough and said, "All right, I'm out." But in October, I think it was September of last year, we got to hang out, all of us in a motorhome in the desert of California, going to eat and, Whataburger, In-N-Out Burger, and they got to go hang out with relatives and got to go to Disneyland one day. They, Dwight and Carrie did. So yeah, that was an amazing weekend. Yep. I have a couple of bracelets here. One is in honor of Dwight. One is in honor of my sister. Last year was rough, rough for those things. You know what? But we persevere, right? We keep going. But yeah, no, they are the best concerts. They are the best people there. They really are. Like, and then I think for Tool, I actually went up to the where they, we were like general admission, and so they had a wall that you could go up to, and so I went up to the general admission wall, and the people were like this big, right? So instead of being this big, they were this big, and you could actually like maybe make out okay, that person's got long hair. And like if they wore a shiny guitar, you could see the reflection of the guitar. Now, like I said, there were giant screens, so you could see what was going on stage, but it was what they wanted to show you, right? You could never really get a full picture of the stage. You could see what was going on. But yeah, no concerts. We don't get many concerts here, so when you get a chance to go to a concert, you go to. So yeah, my first ever concert was 3 Days Grace Seether. Opening band, the mosh pit was equally parsing sky. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, yes. No, mosh pits are me and one of my friends that went to this concert. He lives half the year he lives in Mexico. And the place he lives in Mexico is because way back in the day, him and I he got an offer to go down to Mexico for a summer and house sit for some people who just built a new house. We're like, oh, hell yeah, we're going to go do that. So we did. We went down there for a couple of months. Was supposed to be a couple of months. For me, it was a couple of months. And then I went and met our other friend who went to this concert with us up in Portland and moved in with him. That was the plan. We were going to go to Mexico for a couple months. Then we were going to move to Portland. Well, that didn't work out for my other friend. He stayed in Mexico because he fell in love with the place, fell in love with the people, and fell in love with his wife now and family that they have raised. But we met these folks, and they were like family from the very beginning. We were all family. And so we went to this concert in a place called Hermosillo. And it was these metal bands, and one of them was our friend's buddy was the bass player in one of the bands. And I mean, there were a ton of people that stayed outside, right? Like there were people that stayed outside a whole bunch listening to the music, and then we went inside to the venue. And so we were the only gringos anywhere near that place, right? But I mean, it was a lot different place then. This was mid 90s. I mean, I never felt unsafe. The only time I felt unsafe was when we crossed the border, because we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We got off a bus and decided to walk across the border. That was nuts. That was a little scary. Once we got to where we were going, it was awesome. Just everyone was just wonderful. And, it was all metalheads, right? So everybody was even cooler. So we, but down there, their mosh pit is not like a mosh pit where everybody gets together. These people, like, you get groups of people that link arms. This is why I'm going with this long story. Groups of people that link arms, like 10, 12 people that run around in the pit. And then you get another 10 or 12 people that link arms and run around the opposite way. And then they just crash into each other. It's like, oh my God, what the hell? Watching that. I mean, that was crazy. And so we did that a couple times, but man, I definitely, that was interesting. So yeah, mosh pits. So I showed up to school with bruises all over me. It's also where I learned I have some medical issues. One that makes bruising very easy, and they get very visible, which is, of course, thought it was cool. Yeah. Oh man. Thought the bruises were cool, so they didn't try to cover them. But you can imagine what my poor teachers thought when they saw. Oh yes, no, I can imagine. No, I can totally imagine what the thoughts were on that. Like, oh my God, where did you get all that? Oh no, is somebody hurting you? Did you get called to the office? Did you get called down to the? Please come down to the. The counselor's office. You get called to the counselor's office and say, we probably need to have a talk, Patty. Is there anything that you'd like to? Probably had that kind of conversation. I would not want to have that conversation these days, boy. I tell you what. All right, moving on. I thought this was interesting today. We're going to take a look at this video. Linda Yaccarino. Now, some of you might be on X. Some of you might not be on X. Michael and Jody, I really need to get them on X. Telling them I'm going to get them on X because, all right, I got to. Thank goodness I had a whole ass group there with me. My brother went separately. My friend's group did call me into the counselor's office and wanted. Yeah, no, I can go up with that many bruises to school. Oh yeah, no, I can absolutely imagine they would want to look at that. Michael, okay, just checking. Michael is back to his nightly whatever Michael does stuff. So, Michael's got a cool video too. I can't wait to show you guys. We're gonna do that on Friday. He's gotten into double, triple recording now, which is really funny. So do one for that. But anyway, so I keep telling him, hey, Michael, telling him he's going to get an X account because X is, yes, they put in safeguards to, you can't have an illegal activity on. Can't post, that's basically it. You can't post anything illegal. They're really cutting down on it. Like they had an issue for a while of like OnlyFans bots women on OnlyFans that were just taking anytime you had a large, something that got a lot of views, you would have a whole bunch of ads, basically ads that weren't really ads. And they've really clamped down on that. Oh, so they almost didn't listen to my brother alone because they knew I was the oldest. It would make sense to want to. Yeah, no, I hear you. No, you probably had to do a lot of convincing. So, but when Elon bought X, I mean, he really, and then the stuff that got exposed during the Twitter files really was eye-opening. The thing is those Twitter file things, that's still going on with the government. The government is still controlling what is going on social media. The government, and in order to thrive on social media, you need ads, you need advertisers. And so what's come out is that this advertising conglomerate, which we'll hear in just a minute from Linda Yaccarino, has basically blackballed X from advertisers being able to advertise. So let's just take a listen to this video here, and then we'll talk about it.
I was shocked by
I love her mama and free speech necklace. Now, Linda's past, she came from NBC. She came from mainstream media. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt because, X is one of the largest places that you can still kind of speak your mind. I mean, there's a lot of places that aren't allowing you to be honest with what's out there.
Evidence uncovered by the House Judiciary Committee that a group of companies organized a systematic illegal boycott against X. It is just wrong, and that is why we are taking action. Today, we filed an antitrust lawsuit against the Global Alliance for Responsible Media, 4 of its key members, and the World Federation of Advertisers.
That is big. That is a big step right there. That is an expensive step, but that is a huge step right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let the rest of this video play. Put my earphone in so I can go get a water. But I also want to hear this video too. So I'm going to go get a water. We're going to let this play out, and then I will be back and we can. All right. Stand by.
These organizations targeted our company and you, our users. The evidence and facts are on our side. They conspired to boycott X, which threatens our ability to thrive in the future. That puts your global town square, the one place that you can express yourself freely and openly, at long-term risk. People are hurt when the marketplace of ideas is constricted. No small group of people should be able to monopolize what gets monetized. This group is no match for the power of our users. All of you, the very same users that have driven usage of X to all-time highs. I joined X because I believe in the power of the global town square. It's users like you, people of all backgrounds and opinions, who make X indispensable. You deserve an open platform where your views can be expressed without restriction and without fear. To all of you who have been part of this transformative journey that we're on, thank you. Rest assured, X has never been more committed to innovating and expanding all of our global town square.
Wow. Everything. My equipment wants to cooperate. So yeah, there we go. That's a big step. And like she said, in order for those companies to survive, and you've seen how like she talked about how much X has blown up, like how much more people are using it. Now, there's some crap on here, obviously, and just like everywhere. But they're doing a really good job with their, they've got the community notes program, which is basically it's kind of like their fact checkers, but it's the entire community and not just one side, which is what happens with most fact checking organizations. Right. So, these fact checking organizations are just, most of the ones that are used for that Meta or Google, whatever, those, I mean, how many things have been proven that were not misinformation that was said it was misinformation over the last few years, and now people have come out and say, oh well, guess that was actually not misinformation, and I guess that was right, and well, you can talk about that now. I'm talk about those things, exactly what I'm talking about. So so now we found out. Yeah, no, her statement probably wasn't the cleanest, but I mean, filing this suit, and I've seen some people saying that there was one folks I was following that was like they posted dog pictures basically, and then they said something about, well, you're gonna sue somebody to force them to pay ads on there, and like, yes, you're going to force people to that's not how it's supposed to work. I get it. It's capitalism. Let the market figure it out. But when you are, it's basically a pseudo. it's it's a pseudo regulatory agency, right? It's basically there's I know there's some federal money that is involved in that. So yeah, it's basically it's like the agency, or not agency. It's kind of hard to, after all the it's basically the non-government answer to the Bureau undermining misinformation, right? It's basically the pseudo government way to police media companies, basically, the social media companies. It's the way to police them, and it's a way to make sure that if you don't get your way, if you don't remove the kind of material that we want you to remove, you're not going to get advertisers. We're not going to let advertisers advertise on your platform unless you play ball, unless you let the government in, unless you cooperate with all our folks. That's exactly what it is. So it's a way to punish X for being as open as they are, and it's also it seems to me that Rumble has joined the lawsuit as well. So breaking, Rumble has joined X to sue a cartel of advertisers and ad agencies who conspired to block ad revenue from going to certain platforms and content creators. So it's an antitrust suit, right? It's a what does GARM stand for? That up so I get it right. ARM, Global Alliance for Responsible Media. Okay, so established in 2019 by the World Federation of Advertisers. So it's basically they're saying that is they have a monopoly on advertising, and so they can control where the advertising dollars go. And so it's all fine and dandy as long as everybody has a say. But when you then lock out and blacklist certain entities, that's when you have a problem. So Rumble, now I love Rumble. We're on Rumble. Rumble is great as far as a free platform, but I think a lot of they still have some. I'd like to do more on Rumble. We have our locals, channel, which if you haven't been on there, go check out our locals. I'll pull it up right now. Show you our locals, which I haven't actually. Which I haven't posted on in a while, but I try and go there. If you've never been on locals, then with me, all right. Yeah, so I put our Airbnb video up on locals here. That was the last thing I did on locals. But you can see here, there's our locals channel. Go there and sign up. Locals is pretty cool. Rumble's pretty cool. It's very free speech. I love that about it. People still aren't using it. I mean, it's getting there, but it's just there's no organic. People aren't going to find you on Rumble organically. You have to get people to Rumble. And so for right now, YouTube is the way to go. You've still got to get people to you. So, once you grow bigger and bigger, then you can, you'll get more and more people on Rumble, but there's just not a ton of organic finding you on Rumble yet. And hopefully that'll change. Hoping it changes. Oh yeah, no, there's some crazy stuff on Rumble, that's for sure. It's they are trying. They want to get more content. They've made some deals with some streamers, some video game streamers. They've made some deals with them to get them on the Rumble. They're trying really hard. And then they've got a lawsuit against Google right now. Which has, Google's kind of got these Google and Apple have got these companies in a vice, right? And that's one of the things that is so restrictive. And if we had a working government, right? If we had a working government that wasn't in the pocket of these giant corporations, then Google and Apple wouldn't be the only two app stores that you have access to, right? I mean, your phone, where a majority of people nowadays are getting their information from, apps on your phone, all of these little icons are controlled by the two companies that have your phone, Apple or Google. So the big fight is over those app stores. If you can get the app stores, if you can open that up, if you can break that monopoly, then you can't be held hostage by those things, because that's a huge threat. That's a huge threat to Rumble. It's a huge threat to these companies who immediately that's what happened to what was the social media company that wasn't Gab? I mean, it happened to Gab, but there was another one too that was just basically completely removed from the app stores. Like, it was removed from Apple or removed from Google. I think it happened the same day, and it basically just broke them, because if you can't get on the phones, you can't get the traction with people, because that's what's on their phones. I've never done Telegram, so Patty says Rumble was a wild ride. Rumble is a wild ride, but not as wild as Telegram, though, which I've not tried Telegram. I found a neo-Nazi Telegram while browsing around and got scared and ain't been back. Yeah, I'd run away from that too. So you got, when Elon bought Twitter, you had the people that ran away to, you had the Facebook threads, and you had the Mastodon, and you had Telegram, and but X has continued to grow and grow and grow, and those other ones have not. You had some people, I can't stay here because of Elon. That's fine, but this is where the people are now, and so hopefully this lawsuit, we all know the way the court system works, it's going to take a while to wind itself through. But if they could break this monopoly of the advertisers, it's ridiculous that these companies are so afraid of the truth. They're so afraid of people being able to freely express themselves. It's nuts that these corporations want so much control. They want to control everything you see, everything you read, everything you watch. And the fact that independent media is blowing up so big, they don't know how to react. Now, independent media needs to be responsible, right? You can't just throw out, crazy, wild, wrong crap. That's the big thing, is people believe crap. That's just the thing. People believe stuff that they see, and the more official it looks, the more they're going to believe it. So, man, it's just, we really got to be damn careful. Oh, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. There are some crazies out there. But the good thing is, the majority of us, most of us are we just want to get along, man. We just want to we want to live our lives, get along, and but we got anything and everything trying to divide us these days. So we don't pay attention to what they're doing. That's the whole thing. That's the whole reason for all this division is. And you got just weirdos. So I don't know. I wanted to get into the London thing. You guys seen the UK is going nuts, but I think we'll save that for another. Yeah. I know I don't use my VPN as much as I should. I put myself out there. But I don't care. I don't got nothing to hide, whatever. But yeah, the UK stuff is crazy. So one more thing before we head out, check this stuff out. So this from Ryan Kath. Oh yeah, I think we'll probably cover that on. I'm going to show some of that on Thursday. That's nuts. But so Ryan from NBC Boston is a reporter for BC 10 in Boston. So interesting that a reporter for a local news agency is going to do a thing on this, but an NBC Boston investigation found a husband and wife, Russ and Linda Callahan, have defrauded small property owners in Worcester County for well over $100,000, lived in homes rent-free, and have gotten away with it for the last 20 years. How screwed up is our court and eviction system? I mean, it's a mess. We have Nadia Armani is a single mom who was only renting her Worcester home so her 3 daughters could attend a better high school in another town. She's thankful she evicted the Callahans just before the eviction moratorium during COVID. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh, no. I did not see what they tried to pull. What? So something recent? Uh-oh. So this person, she finally got, but they never paid a penny to her. They had $20,000 as he and his wife prepared to have their first child. They prayed on my forgiveness and compassion. Were able to live there rent free. So they never paid this, the $20,000 of rent there. Mark Haskell rented his home instead of selling it after the housing bubble burst. He then lost another $10,000 after the Callahans moved in. And this person, they lost their jobs, had 2 kids to support. Okay, hopefully that will get that, a little bit back from renting this home. Nope. And then these 2 folks tried to rent their home. They changed their name on their paperwork, so they avoided detection. And $30,000 later, and then they were in Florida where they were evicted 8 times, and it cost this dude $10,000. And the Callahans did not respond to our phone calls or emails. And no new addresses surfaced since their last eviction in 2023, but their history has told us another case is around the corner. So yeah, that is nuts. All right, you got me. So yeah, these, and they've never been charged with anything. So you keep hearing that this eviction thing is oh, that's a civil matter. That's a civil matter. But eventually it's got to land in it's got to land in the criminal at some point in time, right? It has to. All right, I gotta find. But yeah, no, it's got to. Really? Okay, so bachelor stuff. Sorry, I'm looking for something here. So yeah, I mean, people can just and go move into a place, never pay rent, and it takes months and months and months to get them out. It's just amazing. Just amazing that people can do that. And then there's no charges, there's no anythings. Oh, were you talking about the yes, the billboard? Oh my gosh. You're talking about the billboard thing? I didn't see that. So Turtle Boy Aiden. Yeah, this came up in his thing on September 13th. This is in his actual charging documents. September 13th, Kearney posted a blog entry entitled Canton Cover Up Part 142. Free Karen Reed billboard goes up on Route 1 outside Gillette Stadium. Kearney suggested billboards would serve a purpose of tainting the potential jury pool by propagandizing them as to our defense. Or as he put it, it's really important for people in Norfolk County to know more about the story because this is where the jury pool will be chosen from. On August 20th, 23, during a recorded YouTube interview, Kearney explained that they were able to find never heard of in any of the shit before. They can manipulate them in some way to blah, blah, blah. So they want to get him for a billboard that he never had anything to do with. I had nothing to do with the billboard. I wrote about how it went up and that I liked it. So it's illegal in Massachusetts to say, because this is a criminal trial. So they wanted to start monitoring his correspondence between him. Oh yes, no, I did see that. Yes, yeah, they wanted the judge to give them like a search warrant or an ongoing monitoring warrant, so they could. Yeah, no, the stuff they're doing there is just, it is crazy. It is absolutely crazy that, they wanted all his correspondence with his attorneys. They wanted correspondence with him and Karen Reed, which she can. Oh yeah, the taint team. That's right. Yeah. Here we go. This must be the one. Massachusetts taxpayers paid $71,000 to attorney Ken Mello to establish a taint team and to monitor what we're saying about the case against Turtle Boy for up to 12 hours a day. But no worries. Gave us a discount by capping his billing at 2 hours per day. I mean, what in the world? My services included, but not limited, to reviewing some 8 months of daily internet posts and blogs associated with this legal research, communicating with opposing counsel and numerous parties relative to this matter. What? I mean, the taint team is supposed to monitor against, because you're not supposed to be able to monitor that stuff. You're not supposed to be able to read that stuff. So this Mello should not be reading that. It should go through this taint team first. Make sure what he's getting isn't illegal. Oh my God. They have got to, I can't believe this case is still going on like this. It's just nuts. All right. Well, I think I'm done. That was a good run. Thank you very much, everybody. Tomorrow night, we are going to film in here. We have decided to we're going to do our own version of the Pepsi challenge. I don't know, some of you, if you're older folks, you might have heard the word Pepsi challenge. So we're going to do our own little Pepsi challenge. We're going to do our own 2024 version of the Pepsi challenge. See which Pepsi is better. And we'll have more information for you later. And then Thursday, I think I'm going to lay out some more video from our show. We'll do editing on my big 32-inch screen. Wait to try that out. So yes. And then Friday, we got a couple new videos to pull out. We got the Pepsi Challenge video, and then Michael's got another new funny video from Carmine. And we'll probably do a little walkthrough of the store here. Oh, you know what? Dang. Live from the Rethink Home Studio on tonight. I turned that off the other day. Oh, because I use this. Oh, let's the sunroom. Do that here so I forget. We played Cards Against Humanity the other night, and I set it up so my buddy's wife, who lives overseas, could play with us at the same time. So that was way cool. So yeah, so I used this whole setup to play Cards Against Humanity. So anyway, all right, that is all. Thank you, and I will see you all Thursday night. Have a good tomorrow.